Hello, ladies. Let's talk about the pelvic floor postpartum. How should you reconnect to your pelvic floor? What are 3 things you should do and 3 things that you should avoid? We'll cover those in today's episode. My name is Heather Marr, and I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist. I'm passionate about the pelvic floor, especially helping women take steps to healing and health, one simple step at a time. Let's jump in today and talk about postpartum pelvic floor. What should you do and what should you avoid? Well, as you have gone through your pregnancy, you've had the baby growing, all the changes, everything hanging down on that pelvic floor. It's an amazing part of your body, but it has been stretched and it's tried to compensate for all this additional weight. So during postpartum, it's very important that you heal and rest. But let's just not lay on the couch for 6 weeks. Let's start the healing process. So what do we do? Let's talk about 3 things you should do to reconnect to your pelvic floor postpartum. 1, let's go back to diaphragmatic breathing. Laying down, inhale, exhale, and feel this pelvic floor move. You feel like you've got a new body now. You had the baby, delivered the baby, then you have this vacuum, and now the muscles feel kind of stretched out. So let's go back to the basics of breathing. You want to make sure that you've got rib mobility. You want to make sure that this pelvic floor is moving. As you inhale, you should feel it blossom a little bit, and as you exhale, it comes back down. It's not forceful, it's just movement. So inhale and exhale. And again, it's a very small movement, but trying it when you're laying down, try it when you're nursing or feeding your baby. Begin to do this, even from as early as you can postpartum. Tip 2, let's start talking about zipping up. We want to control the pressure in the abdominal area and the pelvic area. We don't want to go back to doing sit-ups and planks and things like that right away, but we can use our core, which is our lower abdominals and our pelvic floor. How do you do this? You do the zip up. Inhale, and as you exhale, you zip up and pull up and in. Let's talk about it when, say, you're standing up. Inhale, you feel everything expand a little bit. Exhale, zip up, use your hands to stand up. You should feel the lift. The abdominal pressure goes in and the pelvic floor comes up. You do not want to feel pressure out, and you don't want to feel pressure down. So if you can begin thinking about this each time you go to lift your baby, each time you stand up, as you're leaning over to change your baby, those types of things, start managing this abdominal and pelvic floor pressure with the abdominals and the pelvic floor and zipping up. That's step 2. And step 3 is reconnecting to your pelvic floor during a bowel movement. Remember, we may have discussed this during pregnancy. It's the same concepts again. Even if you had a vaginal delivery or a C-section, you want to work with this pelvic floor and you want it to lengthen when pooping. I know a lot of women are scared to poop, but this area, if you had a tear, it could have been right in here in the perineal body, and we need this to move again. So again, breathing. So when you have a bowel movement, go ahead and make sure you're on a stool softener if your doctor prescribes that. You've got your squatty potty, and get your knees higher than your hips. Check out this video on squatty potty. And also, you want to be able to lengthen. So blow out, and that way you're reconnecting to your pelvic floor. You're reconnecting to the pelvic floor postpartum through diaphragmatic breathing, through zipping up, and through your bowel movement and lengthening the pelvic floor. Now, what are 3 things that you should not do postpartum? 1, sit-ups. Let's wait 6 weeks at least to allow this area to heal. We want to give it some time to rest and heal before we put stress on it. Even if you feel like, oh, I'm doing great, I feel great. That's what a lot of women do. So let's avoid sit-ups, avoid sex for the first 6 weeks. Again, wait until you follow up with your doctor again and get the okay to return to this. You want this pelvic area to heal, especially if you've had some tears here and you've got some scars that are healing. Also abdominally, Third thing that you want to avoid is running in the first 6 weeks. And I would extend that and say, avoid running until the week 12 postpartum. Because again, women feel really good and I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna start losing this baby weight. And then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I'm having heaviness here, which could be indicative of a pelvic organ prolapse where the bladder, uterus, or rectum falls down vaginally. You don't want that. You may start to feel some leakage, some loss of urine when you're walking or exercising. You don't want that. And you may have some diastasis recti, which is the separation of the rectus abdominis here. And you want to allow your body to heal. It will do amazing things if you give it the time. And if you wait for that heavy impact of running until 12 weeks so that that pelvis can really get stabilized again, it's going to help you out. Doing these 3 things, diaphragmatic breathing, zipping up, and working with your pelvic floor with pooping, holding off on these 3 things, sit-ups, sex, and running, are going to help you bounce back and heal a lot quicker. Now, if you're still having some issues, I highly recommend seeing a pelvic floor physical therapist postpartum. In fact, issues or no issues, concerns or no concerns, I wish that every woman would see a pelvic floor physical therapist 6 weeks postpartum. That way we can evaluate the abdominal area for diastasis recti. We can assess the pelvic floor for strength and mobility, see if there's any tightness. We can also do a scar massage and assessment of that, whether you've had a vaginal delivery or a C-section. All of that will benefit from having a PT eval. And look at that, and provide you with the exercises and the tips and the way to be healthy from here on out. So you're not having that typical complaint of, oh, that happened when I was pregnant or about the time I delivered. It makes me sad to hear ladies saying that years down the road. So let's take care of you today. Take one simple step. Take care of yourself, rest and heal, and reconnect to this pelvic floor postpartum. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if it's been helpful. Drop some comments down below too if there's a topic that you'd like more information on or you have a question about too. Have a great day and take one simple step towards health and healing.